Part 6. Death's End. Sacrifice and Eternity. Years have passed since Cheng Xin and IAA landed on Planet Blue, a rocky, lonely world far from the flattened Earth, and they've been trying to build a small life there, away from everything they lost. Cheng Xin spends her days working hard, digging in the tough dirt with her hands, planting seeds from the little box she carried from Earth, seeds that might grow into flowers or trees, a bit of home she refuses to let go. She's quiet most of the time, her face lined with worry, still feeling the weight of losing Earth and letting the Trisolarans take it because she couldn't press that button. IA stays by her side, her voice loud and sure, always pushing Cheng Xin to keep going, saying they can make something new even out here in the dark. They've built a small camp with metal walls and a roof, a place to sleep and eat, and sometimes they sit outside at night, looking at the stars, wondering what's left out there. Life on Planet Blue is hard but steady. They find water underground, grow tiny plants in pots, and fix their ship when it breaks. Cheng Xin often stares at the box, running her fingers over the records inside, things like songs and pictures from Earth, and it makes her chest ache because it's all she has left of a world that's gone. IAA notices her sadness and tries to cheer her up, telling jokes or stories about the old days, her laugh cutting through the silence. One afternoon, while they're fixing a water pump, a shadow moves across the sky. A ship lands nearby, kicking up dust, and a man steps out, tall and thin with a tired face. His name is Guan Yifan, a scientist who's been wandering space, and he walks up to them, his voice soft, saying he's got news that might change everything. They sit together in the camp, sharing a meal of dried food, and Guan Yifan starts talking, his words slow but heavy. He tells them he's seen the Trisolarans out in space, not strong and scary like before, but weak and scattered, their ship small and broken, running from the same dangers that hit Earth. Cheng Xin listens, her hands tight around a cup, because it's hard to believe the aliens who ruined her home are struggling too. Guan Yifan says their planet got flattened by something big, maybe the same kind of weapon that took the solar system, and now they're just trying to survive, hiding from powers they can't fight. He looks at Cheng Xin, his eyes serious, and says the universe is falling apart. Big forces out there are turning everything flat, using things like the two-dimensional foil, and it's coming for everyone, even them. Cheng Xin feels her stomach twist, her mind racing with questions, and IAA leans closer, asking what they can do. Guan Yifan says he knows a place. A small pocket universe, a hidden bubble where they might be safe for a while, and he asks them to come with him, to see it and maybe find a way to keep going. Cheng Xin looks at IAA, then at the seeds she's been planting, and feels torn. She doesn't want to leave this little world she's tried to build, but she's scared of staying and losing it all again. After a long night of talking, they agree, packing up their camp with shaky hands, loading the box and their tools onto Guan Yifan's ship. They take off, the ground shrinking below, and Cheng Xin watches Planet Blue fade, her heart heavy but curious about what's ahead. The trip is long, their ship moving through endless dark space, and Cheng Xin spends hours looking out the window, seeing stars blink and die, feeling small in a way she never has before. Guan Yifan sits with her sometimes, telling her about his years exploring, how he's seen worlds collapse and ships drift empty, and it makes her shiver, thinking how close they are to the end of everything. One day, they reach the pocket universe. A tiny gate opens in space, and they fly through, landing on a soft green world with water and trees, like a piece of Earth brought back. Cheng Xin steps out, her feet sinking into grass, and takes a deep breath, her eyes wet because it's so beautiful, so much like home. Guan Yifan says this place was made by someone smart, a hideout from the flattening, and they can stay here, safe for now. They settle in, building a house by a lake, catching fish and picking fruit from the trees, and for a while, it feels like a new start. Cheng Xin walks the shore every morning, her steps slow, feeling the wind on her face, and IAA swims in the water, laughing like she's young again. Guan Yifan works on his tools, studying the pocket, and they talk at night, sharing stories about Earth and the Trisolarans, finding a kind of peace together. But Cheng Xin can't fully relax. She keeps thinking about the universe outside, shrinking and dying, and wonders how long this can last. One night, Guan Yifan wakes her up, his face pale, saying he's found something big, something that explains it all, and pulls her to his screens to show her. He says the universe is ending. Long ago, it was huge, with more dimensions than they can imagine, but smart beings started fighting, flattening it down to stay alive, and now it's almost nothing, ready to collapse completely. Cheng Xin sits there, her hands cold, as he tells her about the Returners, a group who want to fix it, to make a new universe by giving back all the stuff trapped in pockets like theirs. She feels her breath catch, because if they give up this world, they'll die with it. But if they don't, nothing new will ever begin. Guan Yifan looks at her, his voice quiet, and says it's their choice. He's ready either way, but it's up to them to decide what's right. Days go by, and Cheng Xin walks alone a lot, thinking by the lake, her mind full of Earth. Her family, the cities, all the people she couldn't save. ʻhaɪdaʊt sits with her sometimes, holding her hand, scared but strong, saying they've come this far together. One morning, a message comes, a soft voice from the Returners, asking for their pocket back, promising a fresh universe if they let it go. Cheng Xin listens, her heart pounding, because she wants to stay here, to live with Guan Yifan and ʻhaɪdaʊt in this safe place. But she also wants a new chance for everything, even if she's not part of it. She talks to them, her voice breaking, and says she thinks they should give it back, to let something bigger happen, even if it means the end for them. Guan Yifan nods, tears in his eyes, and ʻhaɪdaʊt hugs her tight, whispering she's the bravest person she knows. They make the choice together. Cheng Xin takes the box of Earth seeds and records, writing a quick note about humanity, about their fights and dreams, and sets it outside the pocket, a tiny piece to carry on. They shut down the machines, keeping their world alive, and the bubble starts to fade. The trees vanish, the water dries up, and the sky turns dark. Cheng Xin holds Guan Yifan's hand, ʻhaɪdaʊt right beside her, and they stand close as space closes in, their breathing slow, feeling calm even as everything slips away, knowing they're giving it all for a new beginning. Far in the future, the universe resets. Everything flattens to nothing, then explodes back, bright and new, full of stars and worlds again. Cheng Xin, Guan Yifan, and ʻhaɪdaʊt are gone, their pocket melted into the restart, but the box floats on, a small speck in the fresh space, holding Earth's story. Someday, new beings might find it, reading about humans and Trisolarans, about a woman who gave up everything for a chance at forever. The story ends with that hope, a new universe born from their sacrifice, stretching out eternal and wide, a place where their memory lives on.